we'll continue with the combat. Okay. The guy who charged up to Ite missed him. Okay, fortunately for him. The guy who charged up to the enemy leader hit him, but didn't do a great deal of damage. And I've just done the next round of combat because it doesn't involve you lot.
Okay.
Okay. As I understand it, Tetsu had 1 point of power left. Yes.
No.
And then he casts a spell that cost him 9 points of power.
Yeah.
So he's overpowered by 8, which is why rolling a 9 was good because you don't backlash. Okay, it's a new round, and on 15, what do you do, sir?
Oh, I'm gonna have to hit him. Against my better judgment, because if I turn and run, he'll probably kill me.
Afternoon, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hi, Dave.
You're not a problem. We only just started. At the end of the last round, you parried again, getting +1 armor class. Okay.
I didn't think I got armor class. I thought
No,
it
you
just
don't.
gave
Not-
me a. I thought it just gave me a kind of.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, we
Yeah,
won't worry about that.
Jujutsu's distant. It just gives you a free riposte, effectively.
Okay, well, you parried anyway, but so we won't worry about that. And we're just
Right,
about to do Ite's strike on the goblin.
I've clocked him for 5 points of subdual. Did you get that, Tim?
He groans and falls over unconscious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, he only had 3 hit points left, you see, so whichever of you struck first was likely to knock the other one out.
Was that a backgammon or a
if I turn and flee, he gets a free hit. Here's
No, that's the backgammon at the bottom of the board.
Yeah. Hi, Brian.
Good afternoon, Brian.
Hello.
Afternoon.
You may be glad, you may not be, but at the moment, Hatsu's lying on the ground in a heap of pain, okay? Because you're unconscious.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're just, we're just finishing the fight off. So
That's what you
it
get
won't
when
be
you.
long.
That's what you get when you miss a session, mate. You get wiped out.
Well, you are better off than Zhu, I must admit.
Yeah, and you're a lot better off than Imagawa as well. And Morikawa, from what I gather.
I'm trying to protect my patient.
Bless you.
Come on. Do you carry on?
Right. Yuko steps back and stabs the Obakimano, who grunts a lot but doesn't fall over. The
This one.
Obakimano is now going to attempt to bash Gyomo because you're the first person in his range. Okay.
Yes. I shall hope to take advantage of my parry.
I shall pray to the kami of the
For
dice.
that, or I'll collapse in a heap of small
You
pain
just,
as well.
Carried into his blow. You might get lucky. You might roll low and not knock you out. Ooh, bit of smart.
11 points of subdual, sir.
Oh.
1 second while I open the spreadsheet to see how many I had left. I've a feeling I've probably collapsed.
Oh.
I don't think you have, because I don't think you've been hit yet.
I don't think you've been hit.
I've only
We're seeing,
gotten 11 or 12 points anyway.
we're seeing stars, but you're still around.
Would you care to make a will saving throw, sir?
Oh, no. My apologies. I am still kind of on my feet.
Yes.
Go. Oh, I'd love to
Make a will saving throw, sir, because we've bashed you.
Fair enough. I shall attempt to make a will saving throw.
Yes.
And do so.
Okay, you stumble back a yard, but you don't fall over. And the Obakimano looks at you and goes, "Oh, I'm going to have you." Well, maybe. But he also turns a bit to face
sorry.
Yuko, so she's not stabbing me in the side.
Righty ho.
Come on, Yuko.
Is that Yuko's damage roll?
I think so.
Yes.
seem to remember
She
everything about
thrusts,
NPCs.
so she only does a d6 rather than a d10. And of course, rolls minimum damage, which has been the problem all round here.
Well, the Buddhas were not looking happily on this this mission, but had to obey my lord.
Oh, dear Lord, got his come up and suddenly.
No, he got his come down and or fall down and.
Right, on 5, what does Tetsu wish to do, if anything?
Tetsu. Right, so
You
can
are
I
out of power.
can I run and attack? Can I run my full distance and attack somebody hand to hand?
Is this your primary?
Yes.
In which case you can always charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
charge.
full charge.
I'm gonna charge this back over here. Run in with my dagger, my tanto.
You're a nut job, but yeah, you can do that. Fine. Okay.
Somebody's gonna have to do something
I
here.
can't kind of stand over two bodies to protect them.
Well,
Gyomo, I step back over Zoo to kind of make sure that Zoo. Actually,
Okay, you can step back forward, yeah,
I'm
and
thinking-
get ready to parry.
I don't know.
Hopefully it doesn't
I've never done hand to hand. I'm better with the Yawara actually, and my Temiwaza. I think
better with
no, Tantojutsu's better.
and attempt
Yeah,
to parry. Successfully
I'd go
parry.
for the
Nice.
best species.
Yeah, it's Tantojutsu.
Although this kind of shrieking berserk imbecile on my left might have distracted the Obakemono a bit.
That's the hope.
Okay, on 2, you can attempt to stab me with your tanto, sir.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna roll on Tantojutsu for the first time. Oh, not a very nice roll. I don't think that's
It
anywhere
looked good,
near it.
Didn't quite deliver.
Yeah, no. Tantojutsu is 14, so it doesn't hit anything that. It's a -2 armor class.
You come close, but no biscuit, sir.
Ah.
Right, Ite's primary.
Uh,
Or basic, actually, even.
well, my secondary, I'm going to repair my bow again, and then my primary, I'm going to shoot the Obakemono.
Now, that's unfair. No, 4 on to 1, it's just not fair.
I never said I was
CJ.
good, honest,
I'm not
upstanding
fighting
citizen.
I'm not fighting that Obakemono. I'm not fighting anybody.
That's not going to hit him. I don't play fair,
Fortunately for you, there's nobody actually stood behind him who matters. So, okay, the arrow whistles past him. He looks at you and gives you a glare, and then he'll attempt to bash one of the 3 in front of him. On a 1, it's Gyomo. On a 2, it's Tetsu. On a 3, it's Yuko.
Feniko? Oh, no, it's Yuko, isn't it? Because Feniko's collapsed.
He's obviously taken exception to Tetsu trying to hit him, so he's going to thump him into the middle of next week.
Run
I
round
knew he
and-
shouldn't have
I
used
thought
that
one was
language as he ran
Tetsu.
up. No, one was Gyomo.
Oh, great.
You can't get away with it that easily.
Rip my
You shouldn't
second
have been
character in the
shouting those
campaign.
insults. You shouldn't have been shouting those insults as you ran up.
Oh,
You'd probably
That's
just be
12
stunned
points
into
of
next
dual
week.
damage, sir.
Yeah,
12
just knock you into
subdual.
next week.
I've already taken damage here. Oh,
Just subtract back to 12.
yeah, so I've 12 plus the 6 lethal is 18 total, and I've only got a permanent of 16.
All that.
Okay, well, we don't worry about that. The 12 didn't take away all your hit points, yeah?
Do you
No, you
add the
can't
subdual
do
and the
it.
lethal? Or does the
It's all
subdual
right.
have to
I'll
go over
tell you
your
how it
permanent?
works. Anyway,
Yeah,
you've
it's
taken more hit points than you've got, so you fall over unconscious.
Yeah.
Still alive. Still very much alive, but unconscious.
Well, you would have been bashed as well, but you're already unconscious, so we won't add insult to injury.
Well, this is a cunning plan. He's just got himself knocked unconscious rather than taking an arrow in the back for a kind of lethal. Yeah, cunning plan.
Yeah.
Rip. I was being so brave too.
I need to hit him next time, definitely.
You do.
Back him out now. Shot at the face, hit him at this range. I think there's a good chance it will put him down. Just need to hit him.
Well, as the Obakimano bashes Tetsu into the middle of next week, he fails to dodge the spear slash from Yuko,
Yes.
who opens him up and he falls over, dead.
Fair enough. Yes, so my arrow would definitely get him.
Does that leave?
That's all the Obakimono down.
So that leaves Haramgama, does it?
There is. What of the enemy are left running around?
I think it's just Haramgama, isn't
Just
it?
the top. Just the leader at the top.
Have
of
we
it.
taken down all his guys? We have.
Could
No,
probably
he's
said
got
some,
he's
but
got one guy still here. He's still got an archer.
There's a bowman up the top with him.
Yeah.
Two bowmen, by the look of it. Yeah, two bowmen.
I'm sorry, this isn't the Princess Bride, you know. Was that the turn and flee option? Hello,
Yeah,
my name is.
Get out
on
of
time.
here option.
Yeah. Unless he's just running far enough away to turn around and use his die queue.
Yeah, he's giving us some bit of open ground so I can shoot anything goes towards him.
He is, isn't he?
That's what I'd do.
Right, what happens is that Haramgama turns and runs away, so he's turn and flee, and the two actually Gary you've got left butcher the last Bakimano because he fires a bow and as he tries to run away they skewer him.
Brave,
Pleased to hear it.
The combat is over.
Hey.
So much for TPK.
Hey. Did he get away though? Yeah.
We haven't finished him yet.
He will get away, yes,
Yeah.
because you lot are knackered. You're not in a position
Yeah.
to chase him.
Yeah. But the
Well,
last
Is he
Bakimono
carrying
got
his
killed.
bow, or is he carrying his bow, or had he dropped it?
He's not got his die queue, no.
And the last Bakimono
thank
got killed,
God.
right, Tim?
Yeah.
Thank
Oh yeah,
you.
the last Bakimano is down.
That was, I thought we were all going down there, but yeah, we've got this small matter of half of us are currently on the floor dying still.
I'm going to move up the map, Tim, to where they're sort of in the vague area where Emagawa's body is. Can I still see the bad guy? Is he still running now? Is he
Make
disappeared?
a wit saving throw, sir. You go, you bastard. You would say that, wouldn't you?
Well, he's trying to
Well,
hide, and you're trying to find him. And he knows if you find him, he's going to get an arrow in the back.
Hang on, wrong. No, wait, that's not going to make wit saving throws. My wit is pretty appalling. Nah, not even close. Looking for him, and I'm also seeing if I can see his Daikyu anywhere on the ground.
Yeah, well, you'll find his Daikyu, yes.
Oh, that's all right. But that matters purely because it means if he's got his Daikyu with him, I ain't pursuing him. No way. If he hasn't got his Daikyu, I might pursue him.
Well, you see where the I'm pinging. That's where his Daikyu is.
Yeah. Okay. So it's lying around there. But, have I seen him running, or has he already got out of sight?
By the time you get to there, no matter look round, he's disappeared from sight.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
In that
Well,
case, I'm going to get Yuko and the Ashigaru to help collect the unconscious bodies. Carefully.
Yeah, I'm going to go around and check. Go around and make sure that the enemy are dead, and any of our guys that are down, whether they are alive or not.
Is it just Ite, Yuko, and Gyomo, and one Ashigaru?
Right. Okay. You've got two of the female Ashigaru still on their feet.
Two of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to get them to kind of carry the bodies over so that I can check and see carefully, so I can check and see if there's any still alive, and start performing healing.
Kill the enemy and check that Imagawa and Morikawa are dead, if they are alive, just in case.
Well, it's quite obvious that Imagawa's dead because he's got an arrow through his head. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
That goes in from left to right. Morikawa has died because he's had his abdomen shot out.
Okay. He's beyond help.
Right.
Zhu is hovering on the brink of death.
Critical damage.
Tetsu and Hatsu are badly wounded, but otherwise okay. Okay, for Brian and Oliver's point of view, right? I've worked out that if the subdual damage you took doesn't actually do lethal damage, then the lethal damage you take doesn't kill you unless it kills you outright. Okay, if you understand what I mean.
So if you're if total of lethal and subdual goes over your total hit points, but not one of them goes over, I'm still alive.
That's right, yeah.
Because I took 18 total, 12 on one and 6 on the other, but only had 16 hit points.
See, but the point was that the 12 and 11 subdual I did to the two Shigenja, right, took them out of subdual or almost out, but didn't do actual lethal. So the lethal damage you took didn't actually take you over your total hit points. Because if you do it the other way around, Hatsu would be dead, and quite possibly you would be too. So I'll do it this way because it's safe. Also, it means that you've still got characters to play with.
Yes, also that. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So, right. Well, I think.
Need any help, Gyomo?
Oh yeah.
I've got some bandages. Is that any use?
What's that on the body count now? 106, 107? Oh no, because we've got all the baddies and NPCs as well. Shit, it's about 130.
There are 24 Bakemono who are now dead, plus 4 PC stroke NPCs.
Yeah,
so
we're kicking on for about 140 now, aren't we?
Number 28.
Getting towards it, yeah.
Yeah.
You really are a death magnet, aren't you, Gyomo?
Oh, Gyomo, the god of death. Everybody thinks he's a priest doing funeral rites, but really death just follows him around. He's actually the god of death in disguise.
How badly injured are the two Ashigaru?
Sorry, Dave.
Tim?
They're fucked up.
So I'm trying to find their tokens because I've moved them. Junza is over half damaged.
And that's presumably lethal.
Never mind.
Oh yeah,
Dave.
we don't trade.
Dead,
We don't trade in subdual damage. We only trade in lethal. It's only PCs who get hit for subdual damage because they cheat.
Back in Mono do subdual damage.
Aye, but about 35 at a time, mate. It's not subdual when it kills you.
Look,
Yeah, unfortunately.
I took a swing from an Obakimono, even without his Tetsubo, and he still, didn't kill me.
Yeah, he air swung at you. Wait, didn't even have his Tetsubo in his hand, and he still just about killed you.
Well, no, I took it away from him. The other Ashigaru? So you say Junzo is 50%, more than 50% damaged. I don't know what the other Ashigaru's name is. You only gave us Feniko as the generic name. Is it Feniko? I thought Feniko had snuffed it.
No, Feniko is dead. She's got an arrow that goes in a kidney. One kidney comes out the front.
Righty-ho. So there's one. Junzo is one Ashigaru's more than 50% damage.
So there's Junza with an A.
Junza.
And Granny Kai, who is lightly wounded, essentially, compared to the rest of you, anyway.
Okay, so it's kind of less than 25%.
What's a bit more than 25%, but compared to the rest of you, she's got one. She's got one sword wound. So, as opposed to the rest of you, you've got 2 or 3. And apart from, of course, Tetsu, who's only got 1 large bruise.
No, I've got 2 because one was subdual damage and one was lethal damage. I got hit twice.
That's not what. I don't know.
Okay, so Zu's critical. Tetsu and Hatsu are wounded, but less than 50% lethal. Yeah.
Less than 50% of it is lethal.
How about Hatsu?
Hatsu is potentially fatally wounded, should we say?
Right. Well, Hatsu needs to.
Basically, I believe I'm right, Brian. Am I not? She got 11 hit points.
Yes.
Oh, she's taken 8 lethal.
How's Yuko?
Just to be clear, Tim, by the way, I have taken more hit points than I have total. I have taken a total of 18 hit points, and my permanent hit points is only 16. I think I'm dead.
You're not dead because half it's subdual.
No, you're not dead because 12 of those were subdual, right? And the 12 subdual didn't go over your 16 that you've got.
Okay, as long as you're not letting me off lightly. If I'm supposed to be dead, kill me.
No. You're in the same position that Hatsu is in. You've taken more hit points than you've got, but most of it is subdual, so you don't feel very well, but you're not actually dead.
How's Yuko?
Yuko's probably not even hurt. Yuko's an absolute badass, mate. Yuko's the other god of death. She just dishes it out.
So Yuko.
She's just over 50%. She's just over 50% dead.
Nothing to her.
Right. Well, I'm going to have to find the medical kit and start applying bandages and doctor's units. I think I need to get people bound up to stop them bleeding before I start doing healing. So, in that case, is it doctor's unit plus bandage plus successful physician roll?
Bandage is 1, a unit of the doctor's kit is 1, and a successful physician roll is another 1.
Okie-doke. Well, let's try them in order then. I can't do it on the Zoo because I've already done healing on the Zoo, so I'll get back to Zoo once I've bandaged the others, because she's most critical. So first of all, on Tetsu.
Oh, thank you.
So that's 3 points of lethal healed.
Thank you.
Or if you got less lethal, lethal and subdual.
And more of it's lethal, so that's 3 off my. No, I've got more subdual. So what does that come off? Sorry.
It comes off the lethal.
It comes off
first.
the lethal. Okay, thank you.
Comes off the lethal first. Does it actually heal subdual as well, Tim, or not?
I'm now only
no,
taking 15 out of 16.
Okay.
Right.
I
In
now
that
have
case,
1
it
hit
heals
point.
It has 3. It heals 3 lethal, but no subdual.
Thank you. I now have
Okay.
only 15 taken out of 16, so I now
Right.
I'm not dying.
Right. How much subdual damage did you take?
Did I take 12? And I took 6 lethal.
Okay. Approximately half an hour later, that's all recovered.
Okay.
Okay. Hatsu. I will attempt to heal Hatsu. Yes, so Hatsu will get 3 lethal better.
Okay.
Yuko. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh,
Right. Brian, Hatsu's subdual damage all goes away as well in that half hour.
Okay.
Because you get 1d6 subdual back every 10 minutes you lie around not doing anything. Well, you lot aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm afraid I rolled a 20 on my positioning of Yuko. So what effect does that have?
Ouch. You do a point of damage to her. So,
I will
so essentially,
apologise.
she doesn't get anything from your healing and your doctor's unit, but she gets a point back from the bandage.
Right. Okay. But she's not bleeding anymore. Good. Okay. Ite.
I'm half down.
Ite 3 lethal back.
Okay, thank you.
Junza. 3 lethal back. And Graniku. Only 2 lethal back. So it's 2, 4, 6 medical units. And I will stick a bandage on myself.
nice work, Dave.
So that gives me my lethal back, and over the next half hour my subdue will disappear. And now I need to start doing healing. Now, Zoo, I think, has taken critical and lethal. Yes?
Zoo, what happened to Zoo was Zoo cast a spell and critically failed, and cast a spell and damage. The spell damage went off in his own head. He exploded his own brain. If I remember correctly, Tim?
That is correct, yes.
Right, so can I actually heal
Hold on.
Sorry.
Make a d20 roll for him, please.
D20 roll for who? Me?
No, for Zoo.
Right. Okay, for Zoo, but you want me to do it. Okay, D20 roll for Zoo. How about an 8?
What you need? It's brown bread.
Well, that would be a wit or will saving throw, but not a health saving throw. So quite what that means, I don't know.
It's brown bread.
Okay, by the time you get to Zoo, he's died.
Oh no, Zoo!
I'd spent
Another
all
one.
that time standing over him and... Oh, God.
Well, the point was that he was on, right, he was on his level negative. So he was almost dead. And essentially, somebody stepped on him, and unfortunately, the melee, and have killed him.
Rip Zoo.
Bakemono, wasn't it? When he kind of knocked me backwards, he stood on him.
Rest in peace, Zoo. Rest in peace, Imagawa. Rest in peace, Morikawa. And our 2 Ashigari friends.
It means that because John has said that he can't play the game anymore, the fact that Zoo's died just tidies the party up, you see.
That's a yeah.
Simplifies things, doesn't it?
That's harsh.
29,
That's
yeah.
harsh.
29. Yep.
I shall say a brief prayer for Zoo, and I will kind of get round to the funeral later. I've got the living to deal with first. Okay, so Zoo is no longer with us.
R.I.P.
Right.
You say your... Hold on, just a minute.
Yeah.
You say your prayer, okay?
Yes.
And you feel 2 points of power slip from your grasp.
Oh. Oh,
You
thank
may
the Buddha.
have 2 points of Shugendo, sir.
I thank the Buddhas for their blessing.
And you catch a brief sight of a Garki forming over Zoo's body, which you then dissipate.
I'd say a longer prayer to the Buddhas in thanks.
Okay. The rest of you are aware, of those who are conscious, are aware that Gyomo spends longer on his brief prayer to the dead than you would have expected.
I will let them know that for some reason Zhu might have become a Gaki, but the Buddhas have led me to pray for his salvation.
Yeah, exercise
Excellent.
it.
Right. Okay. So I will try doing a healing on each of the party, and this is going to take longer because it's a minute for each one.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the penalty for Tetsu at the moment? How many lethal are you down?
I've got 3 lethal and 12 subdual.
So 3 lethal down, then
Yeah.
that's a
Oliver,
more
just
than
cross the
enough.
subdual off because.
Oh no,
is what
sorry,
I
yeah, I have already took the subdual off. Sorry, I have. My bad. Yeah, I'm on 3 lethal just, mate.
Okay, well you're not particularly badly injured,
No.
so
Somebody else first.
I will attempt a healing on you, which just succeeds,
Is that me again?
doing 3 points. The Buddhas are guiding me today. That was a precise prayer.
That's beautiful stuff, mate. I'm back to full health. Thank you.
Okay, so that costs me another 1. Right. So Hatsu still looks pretty badly injured, yes?
Yeah.
How injured? More than 10?
No, I'm at 5.
So
So it's
minus
not too
1.
bad.
Nice.
So -1 on my BCS means I need a 10. Lord. And since I can't judge how much, that's 8.
That's pretty
You
bad.
get better.
Lovely stuff.
And that's another 2 power gone.
Gyomo gets the MVP for a couple of weeks in a row here, like holding us together.
Everybody I'm doing healing to at the moment is -1 on their healing rate
Right, okay.
for a day. So that's Hatsu. Yuko. So Hatsu is fully healed. Oh, great. Yuko. How badly injured is Yuko? Am I -1 or -2 or -3 on my BCS? Tim? You said Yuko was more than 50%.
You're
wounded.
-2 exactly, sir.
Righty-ho. First attempt fails. Second attempt fails. I will have a third attempt before I move on to somebody else. -2. That succeeds. So only 4 better, I'm afraid. Is it 1 for a failed healing attempt? Or only a cost if you succeed?
You only pay if you succeed.
Okay, so that's 2 more, so that's 14. And then Ite, minuses for Ite.
I'm 8 down.
So that's -1. Oh, a 1. So that works and costs me no power. You get
Thank
10
you.
better.
How much does
You
it?
are fully healed.
Thank you. Yes.
And then Junza. How badly injured is Junza? -1 or -2 on my BCS?
She's 12 down, so -2.
-2. Okie doke. Succeeds, doing 6 better. And the same for Granikai, or Graniku rather.
Granny Kai's 2 hit points down.
Okay, so that's only -1. Fair enough. In that case, -1. That's a fail. That's a success. So 3 hit points better. So Graniku is fully healed. So that just leaves Yuko and Junza to finish healing. Oh, that's not that. Righty-ho. So, Yuko. Is Yuko still -2 or now -1? First one failed.
She's still -2.
Second one succeeded, doing 3 points of healing. Okay, so that's 2 successful on Yuko so far. What's Yuko's healing rate at the moment? How many
Well,
more
her
can I do?
base healing rate is 5.
Right, so I could do 3 more. So let's try again. Success. Doing well. So I think that does that almost fully heal her?
She says it's not worth casting any more spells on her because she's now only 1 hit point now.
In that case, her healing rate is down 3 for the until she gets it back.
Yep.
And Junza failed. I apologise to Junza, but it would be best to wait until we get back to the village to complete the healing.
Not a problem. Not a problem. She says.
I don't wish to anger the Buddhas. That has caused me problems in the past. I apologise for my poor skill.
Well, Gyomo,
Yes?
looks like you're currently the ranking person left alive. I think leadership is going to fall down to you.
Part of leadership,
the
I
new
think it
leader.
does. Yeah.
We're all peasants, you see, and your priest, that puts you above us.
You've kept this group together. You've kept us alive and kept the campaign going. To be honest,
Well,
it was
we need
almost
to return the bodies to the village for Sagaki rites.
Yes, boss.
So, can we please organise taking them back?
Yes, boss.
The families of those concerned will obviously want to know what's happened to them. So, who have we got to take back? So we got Morikawa, Imagawa.
Zoo.
Zoo.
I think that's it.
Our 2
PCs.
female Ashigaru friends. We need to. They're Ashigaru. We need to give them the respect. We've not got enough left to carry all of the bodies home. Actually.
Well, how far away is the village?
I don't think it was that far.
Sutaido is an hour's travel by foot away.
Oh.
We could make multiple trips.
We're going to have to.
Well, there are porters available in Sutaido, yes?
I think we're going to send somebody to Sutaido to get
Well,
porters.
there are certainly Etta and that sort of thing, which is what you need.
Yeah,
exactly. In that case, I believe the fastest person here would be Ite.
Ite, looks like you're up, mate.
I asked Ite if he would hurry back to the village and notify the samurai as to what has happened, and ask for Etta to come and carry the bodies back, please.
Yeah, okay.
And we will need to Okay, fine. Tim, going back a little bit, I did speak with the priest about whether one should carry out funeral rites on goblins, correct? What
You
was
did.
their answer?
They said no. I
Because
remember.
Well, their answer was essentially, it's up to you.
Right. Well, I
You get the impression that
You should.
they would not be concerned if you didn't bother.
But
yes.
surely
I
they
do
are
not-
still
they are living creatures. They're not actually demons, is my understanding. Correct?
they could,
Oh no, they're living creatures. Yeah.
And I do
I
not wish
guess
them
I
to
guess it comes down to whether, as a Buddhist, could they be people who are reincarnated?
well, possibly. I don't know. My Buddhism isn't
Uh,
that good.
well, but make a Butsudo roll, sir.
Okay. What is my Butsudo? 15. So D20, 10. 5 effect numbers.
They can be
Well,
resurrected.
unless
but we need to turn
Gyomo
them off.
is opposed to it, then they are considered to be living creatures who will be reincarnated, hopefully in a better form.
Yes.
Right. And how many bodies are there here that aren't our party?
No.
There
Okay.
are 22
24,
goblin bodies of various sorts.
Oh.
Four
You,
of them
you
are
can
black.
you can count them because they're all in the top corner,
Yes.
the top of the map.
Four of them are big
Can I-
buddies as well, aren't they?
Can I do an all-in-one Sagaki rite for them in one go? It may take longer. We may have to burn the bodies, but
Well, you're going to find it difficult to burn the bodies because there's not enough fuel in the area to burn them. But you can
Which is
certainly say a
why-
mass Sagaki, right? Yes.
which is why before Ite goes, I'm going to ask him to get the editor brings some supplies of firewood and oil so that we can burn the Bakemono bodies to prevent a massive accumulation of scavengers within an hour of the village. The samurai will not be
yes.
happy if we have that happen. B, potential source of plague, and C, it's the right thing to do. So,
The smell.
yes.
Little rotting
Well, I
bodies.
suggest search the bodies and see if any of them have got any money that can be put towards this.
Okay. Would one of you care to roll me a luck roll, please?
I'll get that. Feeling lucky. Not at all.
No luck, no one luck. Shame. Okay, well, I will give Ite my remaining 5 silver to go and get oil and firewood to burn these bodies.
Yeah, will do, boss.
Thank you.
I'll set off jogging towards the village.
And I will organise the others to respectfully gather the party's bodies together and loot the corpses of the Bakemono and pile them together in a heap, ready for burning.
Party loot. Okay.
Righty ho.
You have 3 man rating 1 hand cue. And 45 arrows, which are willow leaf.
Somebody adding that to the party loot.
I'm putting it on the loot tab. These are hand cue arrows, yes.
Yeah, the hand cue arrows. Yeah, okay. You have 1 man rating 2 die cue, but no arrows
who's-
for it.
I know who's going to
Somebody's going to be loving
want
that.
that. If you can wield it.
You have 4 Tetsubo. Uh, 18 goblin style Yari. And 3 Wakizashi, which come off the bowman. you also find 26 silver amongst the lot of them.
Okay.
Right, Ite, you may have 4 Budo and on, sir.
Thank you.
Tetsu, you get 4 Shugenda, 4 Shugendo and 4 on for the bodies, and 1 Shugendo for using up all your power.
Sorry,
So
what
you
was...
get 5, 4.
Yeah, sorry.
5 Shugendo and 4 on.
Okay.
Right, Hatsu gets 6 on for the battle. Sorry, 6 Budo for the battle, and 1 Shugendo, so the Shugendo for being knocked out. Tetsu can have a point of Shugendo for being knocked out as well.
Nice.
So Hatsu gets 7 Shugendo and 6 on.
So I got plus 6 Shigendo and plus 4 on, didn't I?
That's right, yes.
Thank you.
And Gyomo gets 5 Shugendo and 5 on.
Thank you.
And then all of you get an extra point of whatever and 10 on for standing your ground and fighting, even though it looked like you were all going to get killed.
Nice. That was plus 1 Shigendo plus 10 on.
Yep. You get lots of on for standing your fight, and because it could have gone horribly wrong. It didn't, but it could have. Okay, after about 2 hours, as it's beginning to get dark, Ite returns with a couple of samurai and a whole host of porters and etta and stuff like that, and you proceed to burn the bodies and prepare your fallen comrades for transport back and burning properly.
Yeah. Okay.
Would one of you roll a d20 for me?
I'll let someone else get that one.
3.
Nice.
I just rolled a 3.
Okay, in that case, one of the samurai will when he picks up Imagawa's katana, treats it more reverently than you might expect, and says, his family will want this back, he says, because it's better than average.
Well, we were intending returning his swords to his family with the tale of his death.
Oh, excellent, excellent. In which case, you're going to all have another 5 points of on.
I don't know about the rest of them, but that's what I was intending doing.
We've already got that to do for somebody else anyway.
Well, see, the point is, Guillermo's now in charge. So what you say is what happens. Okay.
Are you sure this is a good idea, chaps?
No, it's not a good idea, but it's the way
Not
the dice
necessarily,
are
but-
falling, isn't it?
That's just what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Falling on you now. My total on just hit 100.
Well, I would hope it should be about there, yeah.
Well, I'm on 99, certainly.
I'm on halfway for level 2 for Shigendo, I'm on 24.
Yeah,
For
not
level
quite
3,
half.
sorry. Yeah, almost halfway for level 3.
Well, the basic point that you will learn about the game is it's quite easy to get from first to second because you don't need much. Second to third is the one where most characters end up killed because you need 4 times as much as you've already got.
Yeah,
And that's a lot.
takes a while.
Yeah, well, the point is once you get to third level, for a lot of characters, it becomes easier because you've got Zanshin 2. So you have 2 primaries around rather than 1. Of course, Shigenja and Priest, this doesn't make any difference to you because you've only got 1 action anyway.
Yes, that's the problem.
Is Ite second level yet?
Yeah.
Okay, would
Yeah,
you care
we
to
are.
roll your appropriate sized dice, sir?
Yeah.
Lowest issue leveling up to 2.
Let's have a look.
Well, A10, I think it is. You need to add it. Yeah.
What did Ite roll on his first dice?
A 5.
5.
A 5. Okay, in that case, a 3 is acceptable. Remember to add an extra point of key on and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, extra point of key, yeah. There's also an extra on for next level, isn't there? Oh, it's already gone up. I was thinking, sheet's already done it.
You get your on for level automatically.
Oh, yeah, you get yes, yeah.
Which I also hit dungeon 2.
Hence the ridiculous amount of deafness.
It's deafness and speed.
And will, isn't it?
Yeah. I've only got 10 will, but it's 30 deafness and 20 speed.
Good God.
Yeah, quick
And
boy.
you are on Zanshin too. Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The basic point is it means that you can fire his hand cue twice around now.
I get 2 primaries instead of primary technique.
And with an 11, it's a man rating 2, yes?
No, it's a hand key.
No,
only man
it's a
rating.
man rating
hand
1.
cue.
But,
Yeah, man rating 1. Yeah.
yeah, but he's got a master hand cue, so that's man rating
Right.
2.
An improved Mark II bow, yes.
Good thought. Where'd you get that one?
At the auction.
I
Just remember, one of you lot came and told me that it was in the auction, so I brought it.
I wasn't there, sadly. Anyway, so I will attempt a funeral for the Bakemono. How badly do I do? Oh, 3. That worked.
How much does it make it by?
Oh, it's one of those, is it? My Sagaki, right, base 11, so made it by 8.
Okay, in that case, you get another 4 points of Shugendo, sir.
Nice.
You get the impression that you have overcome some spirits who are going to come back as ghosts and haunt you. But you, as in a general.
Oh. Just as well I did this then.
Oh, well, yes, yeah, that's why I'm prepared to give you some, because it's the thing to do.
I will kind of kneel down and say some more prayers of thanks to the Buddhas for protecting me while the rest of the party gets ready to head back. Okay.
Hey,
it's dark.
by the time you get back to Sudaido, it's dark, you're hurting, you're feeling knackered. Unfortunately, you have to go and speak to Lord Morikawa,
Yes, I do.
who listens politely to what you tell him, and then says he'll send some men to go and deal with the problem.
Yes, I give him chapter and verse on the guy who ran away. And ask if a messenger could be sent to Imagawa-san's Sama's family.
I'm not sure that he's got any family, he says.
Oh.
As I understand it, his parents and elder brother were slaughtered by the Lord of Gifu for embezzling funds from the
I think you're
daimyo's,
mixed up there.
the daimyo's coffers.
Right, Nick, what were you trying to say?
You may have got your wires crossed there too.
Mhm. I think
No,
it
well, I
makes
may have done. but-
Imagawa and Morikawa.
I may have done, but the point is that this is what Lord Morikawa thinks. The fact that it may be
okay.
wrong is neither here nor there.
Right. It's not wrong. It's just
I've got the wrong family, yes, but that's not the
Yeah.
point. That's that's the reports he's had.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
But anyway, I shall send some men with the the deceased's belongings, if that's what you wish, he says, and we'll attempt to find people who can take the goods. Yeah, I realise I'm wrong because, of course, his family's got a superior katana, which I wouldn't let him have. But
Yes, his family's very much alive, as far as I know.
yeah, well, let's say we'll find that out as we go along.
Mixing them up with Morikawa, I think.
Right. In that case, I think I'm going to be here for how many funerals do I have left to do? We've done all the ones who were there before, so we need to spend tomorrow doing.
You've got Zu, Morikawa, and Imagawa's funerals to do. All the others have been done.
And the 2 Ashigaru.
Oh, sorry, and the 2 Ashigaru, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to take me most of tomorrow. So in that case, I will.
Well, it's all right because most of the rest of them are want to rest up tomorrow to try and heal and get better. Because as I told people, right, you've been in a serious fight and the adrenaline wears off, and you feel like you've been run over by a steamroller. Yeah, you may be technically fit, but you don't feel it.
Well, I don't feel it, but I've got these funerals to do, so I'm going to do them.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give Gyomo any kind of help I can to lighten his load. Anything I can do to help Gyomo.
Anyway, so you get back and you get back to town and you have a night's kit.
Right. And the following morning, before the funerals, will sit down with the remaining members of the party because I personally don't know some of them and go over their skills, capabilities, etc. And is Ite kind of confessing to kind of merchant type abilities or not?
Yes, I don't have any such ability.
Oh dear.
He'll tell you, I am from a farming stock. Well, I was a horrible farmer. So I failed at farming. I then joined the Yakuza gang, but they didn't want me either because I was crap at being a Yakuza. So I now wander around making my living, doing whatever I can.
Okay. Has Hatsu got any merchant type ability?
I do have commerce.
Right. Well, while I'm performing the funerals, can I ask the rest of you to kind of do a stock check on everything we've got and sort out what we need to do to sell it? Because if we are leaving on a mission to go to the what was it? Temple of Silent Contemplation. Then we need to have funds to do so, and we can't be carrying all this stuff with us. Albeit some other people might join our group, I don't know. So I will carry out the funerals. I will ask the others to just cross-check and see what we've actually got and see what we can do about selling it. Because we may be able to sell some here, but we will probably need to take stuff to a nearby place to sell it. So Tim, I'm not. I've been listing all the stuff out on the loot tab, but I'm not sure what we've got left out of that. So it might be an idea for you to have a look on the loot tab and see what's not there. Would that be okay? Tim?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm getting confused here. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. What I'll do, I'll look at it over the next week and then tell you what you've got to sell and not. Okay?
Okay, fine. Okay. So, following day, I will attempt the funerals.
All right. Hold on.
Oh, something happens overnight.
You are getting up to greet the sun. Okay.
Oh yes.
Right. When you spot this well-dressed samurai, okay, who's about 45, who's watching you. He doesn't interrupt you and your Shugenja friends from your rights, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But what you do notice is that his katana is in a black lacquered scabbard, okay, which appears to drink in the light rather than reflect it. Whereas his wakizashi is in a bright white scabbard, which does the opposite. It appears to glow with an inner energy, and he's sort of standing there at parade rest, as you might call it, watching you, and he's quite obviously following what you're doing.
Before you start the funerals, Gyomo.
I'm not starting the funerals just yet.
Yes, I have a favour to ask of you, please.
Yes.
Can you help me read this letter?
Of course, Ite-san. One second. There is a gentleman over there that I feel I must greet.
Okay.
I will walk over to the samurai, bow deeply, and apologize for being busy when he arrived, and ask how I may help.
You may or may not be able to help me, he says, bowing politely back to you. I am looking for the party of Imagawa Mishinora. Are you a part of it?
Yes, Lord. Sadly, Lord Imagawa died in a battle against the evil ones just yesterday. And
which sort of evil one?
It was a group of 22 Bakemono and O-Bakemono, led by Haramgana Nobitsu. Who
Haramgana
Nobitsu.
Nobitsu.
Lord Morikawa has Lord Imagawa's daisho and possessions, which we asked him to arrange to have returned to his family.
Lord Morikawa is here. He appears a bit surprised.
Yes, Lord. I will take him. I will offer to take him to see Lord Morikawa.
Oh no. That's quite all right. That makes it difficult. May I inquire as to which Ronin then is in charge of your group, or samurai for that matter? He says.
I bow politely and say, sadly, I am the senior person left in the group. Not the best. Sadly, yes, Lord. Not the best person to guide this quest. But in the absence of anyone else, I must do my duty. I would introduce myself and call the others over and introduce them to Lord Imagawa. Sorry, Lord Imagawa.
He's not an Imagawa. His bond's not that of the Imagawa clan. He hasn't introduced himself yet. That's
well, I know. Well, I introduce them to him, but and wait for him to tell me who he is if he's going to.
That makes things very tricky, he says. My apologies. My name is Ishido Torunaga. And
that means nothing to me.
And you notice that Yuko acts like her strings have been cut and knocks her head on the floor. She doesn't appear to have thought about it. She's just done it.
Well, glad that I bowed deeply.
There's no need for that. I'm not here in my official capacity. Yes, my lord, she says, standing up, looking a bit sheepish. Well, I had a message for Imagawa-san or Ashikata-san, or the Ronin Budoka was supposed to with you, Morikawa. Are either of those two still alive?
Sadly, Imagawa, Morikawa, Zu, and two of our Ashigaru died in fighting the Bakemono. And
So
Lord
Ashikata-san is
died-
still alive.
No.
he died previously. Am I right?
Yes.
You're all right.
Fine.
I see. That presents a problem. Are you going to be in Sutaido for any length of time?
We can be.
I was going to perform the funerals today, Lord, and then we were going to deal with some matters that had been waiting. So we can be here for a while, Lord, if you wish. I say, taking my Yoko.
Where are you planning to go next? Or have you not decided?
The Buddhas had indicated to me in a dream that it would be helpful to the mission that Lord Imagawa was on to find the staff of Amida Buddha, and that it would be a good start could be made at the Temple of Silent Contemplation in Shinano Province. I mentioned this to Lord Imagawa, but he felt that it was urgent that he dealt with the Bakemono now. So in his absence, I feel I should follow the path that the Buddha has laid out before me, unless there is another plan, Lord.
Well, I must admit, I personally cannot see any reason to go to the Temple of Silent Contemplation. However, if that's where your dreams take you, then by all means follow them. I must return and seek further guidance, because the mission I was to give Imagawa-san will not suit you or your party as it is currently constituted, he says.
I bowed
However,
politely and explained that the dream I had from the Buddhas was also happened on the same night as the others in the party received dreams indicating fighting their way through hell.
That was mine.
Whether this was to do with Imagawa-Sama's mission, I do not know. But that might explain why the staff of Amida Buddha may be helpful.
Oh, I could see it being helpful, yes. However, I'll have to go and get further instruction, he says.
Well, I'm sure that the what we have to do here will take us some time, Lord. I say, leaving it open.
Yes, well, if I can get them the instruction and back in time when you're still here, that is fine. Otherwise, I shall attempt to arrange to meet you somewhere on your journey to Hida province, he says.
Sorry, is the province where Imagawa was going? Because the Temple of Silent Contemplation is in Shinano province.
Yes,
Or
I
is
know.
Hida on... Ah, right.
Hida's next door, see. But,
okay, so...
Gyomo-san, you look a bit puzzled.
Yes, I was not fully aware of what mission Lord Imagawa was taking us on. I was...
Oh, no, this is to do with your mission. You would be best to go to Takayama and follow the trail to the village of Tetsu No Ken, because that's an easier way to get to the Temple of Silent Contemplation than slogging it through the mountains of Shinano, he said.
Oh, thank you, Lord. What was that again?
Go to Takayama in Hida province.
Hida province?
Yeah, it's the big town in Hida province. Then take the trail to Tetsu No Ken. Tatsu as in the dragon, Y-O-Y. And then they will be able to send you to the Temple of Silent Contemplation, which is at the beginning of the Valley of the Mists.
Right.
if you're going there, I suggest you take Kumo anti-venin, he says.
There were tales that Kumo were manifesting and becoming organized, and we had heard that
That
was
was
a problem.
locally, we dealt with them. That was the local Kumo.
Does the Valley of the Mists have a Kumo reputation? He says.
Even if the priest is who lives there is a bit of an oddball. Anyway, I will leave you to your Sagaki rites and other rituals, he says. And he bows politely. And you all notice he bows exactly the right amount for your status.
Mm-hmm.
I bow
That's
deeply.
Gyomo status.
I bow deeply for assuming he's superior. Well, he is.
Well, he is, because he's in Superior Samurai Guard for a start. But, yes.
Exactly, yes.
All of you make wit saving throws.
No.
Probably not. Let me check.
Double checking mine, but I don't think so.
I've got probably the worst
Nope,
wit. but
failed.
made
Yeah,
it.
I made it.
Nice. Not me.
I made it.
Right. Hatsu and Ite made it, yes?
Yep.
Well, you're aware that there's at least one other spirit scrutinizing you from somewhere around about his waist.
Right.
Wonder if that's the moon and. I wonder if that's the moon and sun.
Well, if it is, they've been put in new scabbards.
Well, yes.
He bows politely, turns around and walks off. And Yuka will make a hidden D20. She wobbles but doesn't fall over.
You all right, Yuko-san?
I am now, yes. He's gone.
Who was he to you?
Who is Lord Bushido?
Well, arguably, he's the foremost proponent of Bushido in Nippon.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I believe there are several other gentlemen, or ladies, if you prefer, who would argue that point, but I'm not one of them.
So you were starstruck?
Yes, indeed. I had not thought to meet him at all, ever. It cannot be good that we are meeting such a noble man, he says.
Who apparently has potential problems with Lord Morikawa.
Well, yes. That is because, of course, Lord Morikawa is a spy, he says. I mean, he is Lord Ober's spy master in chief. Which will, of course, mean that you have to do some things which are not in the codes of Bushido, she says. Anyway, I'm going to go away and have a bath and possibly a few more drinks than I should. And then she wanders off, slightly staggering because she's still awestruck, as he. And you go about your day.
Yeah.
Resting. Helping Gyomo. Actually.
Gyomo-san? Oh. Like my letter in the air again.
I will. Before I start the funeral rites, I will read the letter to Ite if he wants it done privately, then we can go somewhere where nobody else will hear.
It's probably best, given how I obtained it, or how it came to me, it's probably best if we don't broadcast it unless we do know what the contents are.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so where did you get the letter from?
It was left with the box.
Was the box the size of a die show, but there was a letter
It is indeed.
which he couldn't
Yes.
read.
I couldn't read.
It's
Bit of an oversight on their part, really, wasn't it?
We assume that people can read, especially adults. You know, it's fairly rare to sign somebody.
As long as it's Janet and John, I'm all right. It's the big words I can't cope with.
Okay, you might want to write this down because I haven't written it down. Right, it says Ite. You need to find the die show that fits into this box exactly. To start you on your journey, locate the Ryuben Shinten priest Togaru and ask him for a letter of
Hang on. Find who? Find the Shinto priest.
the Ryuben Ryuoben Shinten priest Togaru and ask him for a letter of introduction to Lord to Ashikaga Kenjiro, I'll call him. I'm not sure that's his name. Okay, Lord of Sado Isle.
Lord Ashikara, what was it?
Ashikaga, as in the Shogun. Kenjiro, Kenjiro.
On which isle?
Sado Isle. The letter must ask Lord Ashikaga for entrance to his vault. When in the vault, remove the die show that you find hanging on the north wall, and only that. His lordship will not be happy, but my name should be sufficient to allow you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's signed Fujiyama. Gyomo will be aware that this whoever penned this is a master of calligraphy and quite probably female because of the way the brushstrokes work.
Frantically scribbling notes there. There's a lot to take on board.
Well, yeah, we're into information territory at the moment, which does work that way. I meant to have that written out, and I'm sorry I've not.
Okay.
Other things got.
It's okay.
Okay, so my writing said, Ite, you need to find the die show that fits into this box exactly. To start you on your journey, locate the Ryuben Shinten priest Togaru and ask him for a letter of introduction to Lord Ashikaga Kenjiro on Sado Isle. The letter must ask Lord Ashikaga for entrance to the vault, to his vault. When in the vault, remove the die show hanging on the north wall, and only that. His lordship will not be happy, but my name should suffice to satisfy him. Signed, Fujiyama.
That is correct, yes.
Right.
Since you're actually reading it, would you like to make a magic BCS, or possibly not?
Probably not, but let's try it anyway. That's an 11, which is I believe that's close to my magic BCS. I believe it's exactly my magic BCS. So if there's any spirits, etc., hiding in there, I won't spot them. But it's exactly.
Oh no,
magic
no,
BCS.
no. You realise that this piece of paper is magical.
Oh dear. I will tell Ite-san that this piece of paper is apparently magical.
What does that mean? What do you mean it's magical? What does that mean?
I don't know. I can try and find out.
If it's possible, please.
Okay.
Just a
do you
moment.
mind
Just stop a minute, Dave. Hatsu and Tetsu, what are your magic BCSs, please?
1 second.
It is. Mine's 13.
Damn.
What is it? So my darts of metal, is that what it is?
No,
No,
it's
no,
your
your magic
BCS.
BCS.
Have a look
The
in cell
tops of it.
L14. L14.
L14.
It's your witten, isn't it? Cheers.
It's your wit
11.
plus will over 5.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. Gyomo and Ite retire to a room to read a piece of paper that Ite is given to Gyomo. And you both become aware of a source of magic emanating from that room.
Oh. Can I analyse magic?
Oh.
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Well, I shall explain to Ite that me analysing magic, I would have to spend some time doing it.
Oh,
I've
wait.
already put off
Question.
starting the funerals. I suggest
Yes,
that you could ask the two Shugenja in the party.
Question, before I do that, Tim, I was over my power used yesterday. How do we deal with that? What power have I got?
Well, you didn't get a backlash, did you?
No.
Should be
You didn't get a
alright,
backlash, so you've managed to say. Well, I'll say that you've actually said your prayers because you've got your power back because Bushido waited till you'd done that before he approached you and talked to you because that's only
Okay.
polite, you see. So you've got your full power back, so you're
Okay.
all right.
Nice one.
Yes.
If you'd had a backlash,
Yeah, I
well,
understand you've got to. I understand you've got things to do, Gyomo, so I won't bother with you now. But we could talk about it
Yeah.
some other time.
Well, if you're concerned, you can always ask the Shugenja. I mean, did I get a clue as to whether it was miraculous type magic, Shinten or?
I've rolled a 3 on my analyze magic. though.
as far as you're concerned, it's magic. You're not sure what sort it is.
Okay, fine.
So
but
I've done-
in that, if you want to speak to the Shugenja, they might be able to tell you. If not, I can try and find out later for you. Ite.
Yeah, we'll resume this later on.
Okay. Right, roll my sleeves up and get back to work.
So that uses 1
Okay.
power magic analysis, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, well I rolled a
Normally
3.
anyway, but we won't worry about it.
So I've done a magic analysis on the
Brian,
sense
what
of
did
magic
Hatsu
from that
roll?
room.
And,
I rolled
Magical
exactly. I rolled 13, which is exact.
right, you're both fairly sure that the source of magic is the letter or the piece of rice paper that passed between Ite and Gyomo.
Okay.
So
A matter of interest, Tim, was the Morikawa who died in relation to Lord Morikawa?
No, it's the Lord's name isn't Morikawa. It's something almost the same. It's not actually Morikawa.
right.
I remember from when he was
Right,
first introduced. It's like
Morikawa is Lord Oba Morikawa. The Badoku who
right.
died was
Was
something
Mori-
Morikawa. I called him Morikawa
Yeah.
because it's easier than.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry. When you said Lord Morikawa, I thought you meant Lord, that was his family name.
I just ask you something too, a couple of things quickly.
On then, yeah.
Ashikaga Kajiro, whatever his name is. Which province is he lord within?
Well, he's Lord of Sado Isle.
Which is where? Where is that on the map?
If you find the town of Niigata on the
Oh, right. It's
West
up
Coast.
on north of the north coast. Yeah.
Igata, yeah.
Well, just offshore from there is an island with a town called Aikawa. That is Sado
Okay, that's
Isle.
where it is. Right, and where are we at the moment?
Right. Find the town of Koga in Musashi Province.
Koga.
Between Yado and Maebashi.
Koga.
Yep.
do we have this on a map?
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
You
I got
are
you.
2 hexes towards Yado along the road, where the
Right.
gap between the 2 rivers is narrowest. That's where you are at the
Yeah,
moment.
that's
So
fair enough. I only need to know roughly.
Where's
And
the
where
map?
is this place that Gyomo wants to visit?
It's on the Nakasendo running through the Shinano Mountains, correct?
Right. No, hold on. Right. Find the town of Toyama and or Kanazawa, which are on the west coast.
Sorry, where's the map, Tim?
Kanazawa here.
I
I'll
was
show you
just-
where they are in a minute. Oliver, once I've figured it out myself.
I mean, we're within Rule 20. Do we have a copy of the map in Rule 20? Oh,
We
just
do,
moved.
yeah. We'll ping it on there once we've sorted it out.
Aye, we just moved.
I've
Sweet.
got Kanazawa. That's somewhere near Kanazawa, is it?
Well, Takayama is inland from Toyama on the road.
Yeah. I only need to know roughly where it is, just so I get a general sense of where things are. We're going to be going that way, which is sort of southwesterly direction from where we are. The other place that I'm interested in is like northwest.
You can actually get to the temple by slogging through the mountains to Shinano, but
Yeah,
nobody
but
ever does.
we
because
don't do that.
it's- No,
Yeah,
because
so
it's
we go
just
by the road. Crazy. So we go by the west coast road, basically. Assume
that'd be the best way of doing it.
to the west coast and get there by road. So, since we're heading up to the west coast, it's not a million miles to Sado Island from there.
Agreed, yes, but
Right. Going back to Tetsu and Hatsu briefly.
Mm-hmm.
The spell that is emanating from it is an ultra complex divine spell which mimics the powers of Walk the Way and Shadow Form.
Thank you. And those are divine spells.
Well, it's not the sort of thing you would normally find lurking about. And we just happen to be unfortunate that we've got 3 Nosy Parker Shigenja types rather than none, which is what we were expecting. But anyway, never mind. You are, of course, aware that Fujiyama is the name of Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, may well refer, this is for Gyomo and Ite's benefit, not anybody else at the moment, that it might well be the Kami of Mount Fuji who's actually written this letter. And if it is, well, I suggest you go and get a new pair of trousers because you're going to need them.
Ite, I presume you don't know anyone personally called Fujiyama?
I've never heard of any of these people. And it's
You have a family
Or
history of dealing with Kami.
no, my family are pure simple farmers.
That's what he said.
Well, I trust you believe in the Kami and the
Yes, I do.
Buddhists. Good. They obviously believe in you.
Mm.
Well, no, everybody in Nippon has a belief in Kami and Buddhas because they see too much of them operating in the real world. So you can't be an atheist or an agnostic because that doesn't work. One
Yeah,
character
I've no
tried that.
problem. Yeah, I've no problem with the Kami. The Buddhas, I'm not quite so sure about, but the Kami I believe in. Yeah.
Perhaps that's why Gyomo is having so much trouble healing you because you don't believe in the power he's using.
Just not convinced. The Kami, I understand. They're nice and simple. I can understand them. You know, we give offerings to the Kami for a good crop and all that kind of stuff, but we don't have much involvement with Buddhism.
Yes, well, the Kami and the Buddhas appear to be getting involved in
Buddhism's a bit
our
highbrow
lives.
for me. Yes.
Oh, they
No.
they act for the good of everyone.
I'm sure they do. They do. Yeah, just not me. Yes, so is your mission to Takayama urgent? Is a
Well,
detour possible, or would that be very inconvenient?
well, the dreams that we all had on the night concerned seem to indicate our mission leading to hell. And with the best will in the world, Ite, are you aware that you have a brand on your forehead?
I think I'd know.
Well, I kind of point out that you do in fact have a brand on your forehead, and that it is of the symbol for wood. It appears to be some sort of magical symbol, which appeared on the same night as the brand on my forehead and the brands on the 3 Shugenja.
With respect, Gyomo, I think you may be mistaken.
Well, might I suggest that you go and speak to the Shugenja and ask them what symbol is branded onto your forehead?
Oh yeah, but
And see what they say to you.
With respect, I wouldn't trust them.
They're good people. Why would you distrust them?
How do I know that you haven't told them to say that? Just to get me to do something.
Like accompany you on a trip to a samurai lord that you've never met, to go into his treasury and take a valuable item from there.
Oh, but
That sort of thing that I'm trying to get you to do.
Well, I don't think that's anything to do with you. It's other thing I don't know what it's about. some mystical, magical thing. I don't understand.
Well, if Fujiyama is sending you on quest to find something, I do note that it doesn't actually say that that daisho will fit in this box. Tim, am I right in saying that the letter doesn't? It just says, find the daisho that fits this box exactly, go into this vault and take the daisho off the north wall.
That's what the letter says.
Yeah.
But it does not say that that's the daisho that will fit the box.
No, it doesn't.
Well, as long as I'm, I feel like
But would I be right in thinking that
permission
before
to go
going
and
to
get it.
before going to Sado Isle, you first of all need to find the Ryuoben Shinten priest, Togaru?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
Gyomo will be aware that this means that Togaru has synthesized Shinten and Bushido into one religion,
Mm-hmm.
according to him.
Oh, yes, according to him. I mean, it's his view. You know, I'm following the way of the Buddhas, and not sure that Shinten. Yeah, I've had dealings with Shinten, notably that kami that kind of appeared and confused me somewhat.
Oh, to be a lowly priest. Okay, Hatsu, are you going to do anything more with this information you just found out?
Yeah, I'll talk to Hatsu about it, just, I guess. It seems that there's some very powerful magic that I don't understand, but it seems to be of divine origin. I wonder what our friends are doing in there. It makes me anxious, curious.
Very strange. That could be quite worrisome.
And me and Tetsu both have these marks on our heads, don't we? Question, Tim, if I was to look in a reflecting surface, would I see my own? You said that the magic users see the symbols. Would I see my own?
Yes, you do. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You are now, of course, a symbol short because Zoo has been killed.
Yeah.
So whatever's going on won't, almost certainly won't progress until you find another person with a brand on their forehead, which matches the one that is now missing.
And Zeus was soil? No.
No, Hatsu's is soil.
Zeus was wood.
Zu was water.
Zeus was water.
Water.
Tetsu was metals. Hatsu
metal.
was soil. Zu was water. Mine was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ite was wood.
So
I don't know whether mine was fire because of my yoke,
no,
or whether it's because I dealt with the kami of fire.
So if we get a new water person, then Captain Planet will come and save the day.
It's a bit of both, Dave. Yes, you need somebody who handles the element of water.
And then Captain Planet comes and saves the day.
Yes. So, well.
Right. Okay. Just to move things on a bit. You do this shigaki, right? Which is fine. You have no power lost, which you weren't expecting because there are no ghosts from these three people. And the day passes with the rest of you going, "Ow, ow, I hurt lots."
Mm-hmm.
Right. You all get back 2 hit points plus your adjusted healing rate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're all down 1 healing rate because you've had at least 1.
I think the only one who was still injured was Yuko, who had 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
So everybody else was already fully healed, I think.
Yeah, I am.
Right, that just about heals everybody, apart from one of the two female Ashigaru who's a point down, so she'll get that back to me. Right, during the day, you are approached by several different peoples. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you to a different map so you can see all these
Is
people.
this now on the next day again? So the 14th of Yoyoi. That was the 13th. We did all
No,
that
this
with the
is
letters and stuff.
No,
Still the
we're,
same day,
we're
okay.
still on the first day. We're still on the first day after the combat, so it's
Yeah.
still the 13th.
Okay.
The day of funerals.
Every day's a day of funerals in this game, mate.
Right, I'll move you back to one of the maps that you've seen before. Can you see the new figures I put on?
I can see Bushido Terranauga.
Mm-hmm. Kirituzo,
Somebody next to
Ami,
him.
Ishido, Idioka.
Ioka, Ami, Kerituzo, and Banchu.
Dioka. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
You want to
Apart
move
from
you-
Ishida,
You want to move Zoo to the funeral pile?
I shall delete him. Yeah.
Goodbye, Zoo.
R.I.P.
So, Ed. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of us, is that right? Yes, 6 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, who else is? He's dead. Tetsu's alive.
There are 5 of you alive. 2 Shigenja, a priest, an Ashigaru, and Scumbag.
So,
Sorry, a Yakuza.
Imagawa's gone. Yuka's still there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if we remove Imagawa's sheet, we will be correct here. Thank you. We've got a priest.
I've already hidden all the dead men's sheets on the Google
Yeah.
Sheets. Should
My screen hadn't caught up. Ishigenja, Ashigaru, priest, me.
Yeah.
Okay, during the day, the 4 named individuals stood in front of you approach Gyomo when they found out he's actually the leader. So this would be after you've done the funerals, and present a letter of introduction to you from assorted people whom I shall work out in a minute. Okay, and each of them, each letter asks you to accept the person in front of you into your group as part of your retinue, as it were.
Oh.
I'm just a simple priest. I don't have a retinue, I think to myself.
Do now.
You do now.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 2 Ashigaru, a Budoka, and a Yakuza. Okay. So, do you turn any of them down?
I don't know.
Well,
Just,
I'll
I assume
check to make
Banshu's
sure-
the Yakuza, is he? Is
I will
Banshu
check
the
to make-
Yakuza?
I will check to make sure that there are no kind of illusory or concealed or magical beings in front of me.
I can cast
I
a
shall
spell for that
endeavour-
as well,
I-
you know.
I shall check the letters and ask them about.
Ite is correct. Banchu is actually the Yakuza.
Okay.
I don't recognise him or his clan, do I?
Oh, I would cast magic detection. I've rolled a 1.
Okay, they do not have any active magic about their persons.
Okay.
Well, you don't recognise Banchu, but you do recognise his Irizumi if you ask to see them.
And how do I know? Where do I know them from?
Well, basically, he's a black cat. Okay, it is well known in Nippon that black cats are Robin Hood style Yakuza.
Okay.
Looking at him, he's probably more of a Sumai or Sumatori than he is your classic sneaking about, stealing stuff Yakuza.
Yeah, he's more of a muscle.
And Hidioka is the Budoka.
Well, he's a big lad. He's a big.
Big unit.
So these guys are all peasants, yes? No sign of any Ronin who might kind of take over leadership, he says, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, you won't get that lucky.
No, we're all Hymen.
Oh dear.
If we were having an NPC take over leadership, Yuko could have done it.
Well, I thought about that, but
Nah, we need
I
a
prefer to keep
PC
that
leader,
as
yeah.
Bruce
Yeah.
You need a PC. And Gyomo's been doing quite a good job of it as it is.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I always wanted Gyomo to be the leader.
Stop brown nosy, you horrible little.
You mean you want to try and avoid conflict? Because that's what Gyomo will try to do.
I want to be kept alive. You've been doing a good job of keeping me alive so far. I'm happy for you to keep doing that.
Yuko's all in favour of that. I mean, after all, we've been adventuring as a group for what? 2.5 months, if that, or maybe only a month and a half, and we've already had 5 casualties. Avoiding combat seems like a good idea to her.
Yeah, I could do not getting hit like that again.
The two Nabashigaru look at her a bit peculiar, but okay, well, if the sergeant wants that, then that's what happens.
I'd happily avoid not getting bashed
I'm
like
not
that
a
for a while.
sergeant, she says. Well, you are. Sorry, what was that?
Just saying, I would happily avoid getting bashed around like that for a while.
Well,
yes, well, that's the whole.
Charge Obakimono.
Yeah,
and
she
you
did
won't
rather
get
rashly
bashed
charge into it.
around.
Mate, if I had hit him and it had been the killing blow, imagine how heroic a moment that would have been. It would have been epic times, but the dice weren't with me.
Foolhardy.
Yeah.
As it was, it just looks like a stupid idea, doesn't it?
Yeah, he went running in to
I'll
do
run
a
up and
flying
lick it.
drop kick, and it was just limbs in the air landed flat on his back.
Well, if I give you the benefit of the doubt, you saved Gyomo from getting hit again.
Yes, it was a distraction.
And
That's
therefore
exactly
he was able to kind of heal everybody.
That's it, mate. I was distracting him so you could continue to protect you and heal
Bravely interposed your body.
through my body.
Personally, I think you charged in to take the kind of subdual damage rather than taking an arrow full of lethal damage from the samurai.
No, do you know what it was, mate? Honestly, I just ran out of ideas and honestly just thought, fuck it, we're dead anyway. I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory. That's what that was.
I thought you were going to charge the samurai, to be honest. Never mind.
That was
Anyway,
too far away.
Well, there was no point in charging the samurai because he wouldn't have got there in the one round.
Yeah. Maybe about 6 rounds with my movement rate.
Anyway, so these 3 are all peasants, and for some reason they've got letters of introduction from. Do I know the people who've written these letters? If not, how do they know me? And is it the kind of lord of the village who's kind of trying to infiltrate them into our group?
No. These are sensei of various schools or gangs.
Who know me? Or is it just that they have seen us in the village and seen that we're associated with a lot of death and they've got a death wish?
They want to die in style.
You don't exactly know, and the 4 people in front of you say, well, our boss told us to come here and do this. We were here to meet, and they'll name the 3 Ronin who are dead, but obviously they've got a list of who's ranking officer, given who's dead, you see, so it falls to you.
Well,
Gyomo's beginning to get the impression that there's a certain Buddha who's picking on him. You know? I mean, she's not picking on him in a nasty way, just piling pressure on.
Well,
Yeah, I think we need
if
to
they
keep
wish
an eye
to
on
join
this.
us, then we are always looking for somebody to carry the bodies. I will gently try and dissuade them from following a path of danger like this. But if they insist on joining us, then we'll let them in. I wonder how many of them are from Lord Morikawa. Anyway, we'll let them in.
At the minute, I think we should keep a careful eye on them.
Apart from the Yakuza, the other three don't appear to be overly enthusiastic about joining you. Banchu appears to be nonchalant. I go where the boss tells me, you see, because you have to.
Yeah.
The other three are here because they've been told to be here, not because they want to be.
So
This
we've
is
got
quite
So we've got two Ashigaru and a Budoka. Is that right?
2 Ashigaru, a Budoka, and a Yakuza.
Right. Okay. Fine. Hatsu, can you kind of put a move on selling that stuff off, because it looks like I'm going to have to finance this group's travels, and currently I believe I have 9 copper to my name. Yes, 9 copper.
And a voice in your head says, "Well, you stop giving it away then."
We just found 26 silver, remember? We've got to account for that. That was what we found on the bad guys. We can
Okay, we've got.
divvy that up.
We have a ton of stuff we got earlier as well, which we.
Well, loads of
probably
stuff
have
to sell,
dispose of.
Which is
yeah.
what I asked you to spend the day cataloguing it and sorting out how much it was worth and what we
That
need to
guy
do to
can't
sell it.
write or read me. What are you asking him to catalogue it for?
He can lift and move it around for Hatsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Hatsu
Yeah,
can
let's
write
take it all
it
to
all
cash
down for
converters.
him.
He's holding the clipboard
Okay,
upside down.
All that-
Right, Hatsu, can you make me a commerce roll, please?
Please make him a commerce run.
Ryan.
Are you with us, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you make a commerce roll then, please, sir?
Okay, let me open up my commerce.
Big one, watch this.
Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. Then again,
And then
failed by two.
again,
Failed by 2.
You may not have heard that, of course.
No.
Right, I'm going to stop here because it's now 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And I know that we went on very long last time. Okay.
Okay.
I shall work out what you get for all your spears and all that over the week, and we'll meet again next week, and I'll tell you what you've got.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
You came very close to all dying, but
Very
not
close.
close enough.
Thank you, Tim, for the game, and Brian and Dave and Nick. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Just,